Well, folks, it's looking kind of, we're starting to weed out. I've been watching these subscriptions. People unsubscribe when I see the word liberal. Well, have a nice life. I mean, it's going to be us against them anyway. Us folks that cherish the Constitution, cherish the way of life that we've been accustomed to, and aren't looking to become a socialist, communist country. You work for a living, you pay into the tax system. Now, the government, that's another subject. If you're pro-government and you're here, well, we're going to have a problem because $28 trillion that it's not going to come out of my pocket. I'm retired. It's going to be your children's children's children. Folks, your great grandchildren, if you decide to have kids and they decide to have kids and they decide to have kids, is going to be paying back for the spending that occurred in the last 30 years. I used to say the term, don't never call it a debt limit. Because now you've already shot for the moon and now you're headed for Venus. With the amount of money, if it was $1 bills, it would reach the moon, given a little space. $28 trillion. Could you imagine when somebody puts their hand out saying, okay, now I own 30% of your country's debt, and I'm looking to get payday here. There's going to be a lot of title deed and changes of ownership. Now, to default on your own citizens, that's doable. That's been done. Look at Greece, Venezuela, Brazil, Soviet Union. I mean, they're starting over back in the 90s. They had to figure out what to do because they didn't have a country anymore. They had to restructure and got that all squared away. But I feel for the two to three generations ahead now because they're just going to keep spending. Yeah, they're just going to, because they think that money, as the old saying goes, you just keep printing it out and you got nothing to back it. I mean, when Richard Nixon took the U.S. off the gold standard, he thought he was doing the right thing, but, hindsight's 20/20, and I remember my dad, I remember it just as yesterday when he was watching the news and they talked about gold being taken off the gold standard, and he got animate. And he didn't use the F word, but boy, he came close. He just looked at me dead in the face and said, "You're screwed. You, my boy, are screwed." And, that wasn't the wake-up call I needed, but I had it on the back of my head. Someday, there's going to be a time when the cow's got to come home. And I don't want to be the one to tell you I told you so, but I'll go on record right now saying, I told you so. If you're not a prepper now, I don't care if you're a Hindu, if you're Muslim, if you're Christian, if you're Sikh, if you're Pentecostal, Protestant, Catholic, Southern Baptist, Lutheran, Pentecostal, atheist, agnostic, spirit of the universe, get prepared to fend for yourself. It doesn't take a lot. Prepping is a step-by-step, one thing at a time. One is none, two is one theory. Eat what you store what you eat. Keep your onion of trusted people minimal. Don't blab about what you got. If your doctor if you have several illnesses or chronic disease type stuff, well, at least what you do can help out your kin, so they can, after you're passed, you could will it to them. I don't tell you, folks, but I'm not going to put no fear in you, because God already did that to me. It's a no-brainer that right now, and I guess it's not Venezuela. What's the next one up there? Not Colombia. Oh, burn it! There's a country in South America where they're stopping meat shipments for 30 days because it's just too expensive. They're not getting what they need to get out of their cattle, so they just I cannot remember the name of it. I was watching it NBC Nightly News the other day, and they were talking about people not eating meat for a month in this country. Not Colombia. Well, anyway, it's one of those South American countries that are they were a major shipper to China of their beef, and they stopped sending beef to China because they weren't getting enough money. So but the people couldn't afford it. It's a shame, but it's come in our country. And a nursing home, or no, it was a hospital, and a senior citizens hospital had been cyber attacked, folks. It just reported to the news today that, well, now they had to do pen and paper. Here's Mooch. There's Mooch. I knew as soon as he figured out what I was doing, he wanted to come over and pay attention. He's a mouser. I'm teaching him how to retrieve right now. I've got him almost ready to, when he catches something, he'll bring it to me. Hopefully it's dead. But he won't play with it. He'll kill it. There's a lesson plan we have for him. Millie, she's already a mouser, but got to have a backup cat in case one gets out. Well, folks, I hope that the next few weeks, if you see gas prices going up, electricity prices going up. I just looked at the electric bill for the house. I'm going to put solar panels on the roof. I mean, my power company, Eversource, is charging $62 a month just to bring the power to the house. That's to pay for that's to pay for the infrastructure. Now imagine taking 87,000 people, multiplying that by $62. That's an ass load of money every month to upkeep their structure. Now, when the power goes out, I kind of wonder, now, wait a second here. Am I still paying $62 a month? I'm not getting no power. So are you going to deduct that every time? Nah, don't give us up heartburn. But we're here. We're now. It's today. 2021. May is over. We're into June. I was just out in the Happy Wanderer earlier today. I got to get back out there and start organizing it. Gas prices went back up, so the Happy Wanderer is going to be another year. Permanent park where it's parked. It's still usable. I'm just not registering it, and it's insured. I've got it in case something happens to it. Hits by lightning or vandalism and whatnot. I don't know what to tell you, folks, but we're going to go ahead and close out this here message. Wishing y'all a happy weekend. First weekend of June. If you're out there and it's raining, it'll be raining here momentito. If you're out in the west, get away from the west. If you're a snowbird and you're out there, I don't know. Go to the Pacific Ocean, buy yourself a 5,000 gallon water tank and desalinate yourself. Get a reverse osmosis unit and get that salt out of there, and you'd be having yourself okay. You could also make it distill it, and then add the chemicals back into it. They make a little package you can order from the chemical companies to put the nutrition back in the water so it tastes like it's water. If you need a freezer, get one now, because they're going to start flying off the shelf again when people realize that, I can go get a cow and have it slaughtered and throw it into a stand-up or deep freeze, and I got meat for the next 6 months to a year, depending how stingy you are. Or you just figure out, not eat meat. They don't want us to be eating it anyway, so they're just going to figure out how to do it. They're going to price it out of existence so that methane ain't getting put in the atmosphere, but, no baby cows are being made, so eventually just peter out. Soy this, soy that. Soylent Green. Admiral preparedness, sir. Think about that one, all right? Bye now. And remember, folks, it can happen from the north, it can happen from the south, it can happen from the east, or coming from the west. Always be prepared, and if you've enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up button. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. And don't forget to hit that notification bell, or I'll be out there waiting for you to come to me. Admiral Preparedness, God bless you all.